the Padres Dodgers. So Gerald is actually an Oakland. Well, no, they're not the Oakland A's, but fuck that. He's an A's fan, but he wants the Dodgers to win because his dad is a Dodgers fan. But I want the Padres to win. I'll be.
Who wants only Dodgers fans? The Dodgers.
Blech.
West Coast Yankees.
Basically, go Padres.
Can we talk about anything but this topic?
Oh, you're not interested.
I'll take any topic but this one.
You're not interested?
I want you and Stone to have a sports show.
Are you wearing your Padres hat?
I am.
But he doesn't.
Because I still rep.
Yeah.
But he doesn't know. He didn't know. He just grabbed a hat. He has no.
No, I
idea.
didn't know. Actually, I did. I thought about that. Welcome to
It's your SD hat.
150 today, by the way. Big 150, baby. Yeah, I'm representing the San Diego Padres today for the big 150. Who are in
Diego.
They're in the playoffs. I do know that. I just happened to put that together, though. I'm not wearing it because of it. I just
you didn't know?
I mean, I knew it, but I didn't wear it because of it. I was like, San Diego hat. I'm like, they're in the Padres. It makes sense. I mean, they're in the playoffs. It makes sense. I'll throw it on.
Yeah.
Welcome to 150 of Kramer and Jess Uncensored. In case you're new to this, where you been? We've done 150 episodes of this show, but it's all right. You can hop in whenever. You're not really missing anything. Truly. You haven't missed anything in the last 150 episodes.
No.
We should probably catch you up, though, if you have never heard this show before, Jesse. They need to at least know the warning here at the beginning. I just feel like we've got two shows that look and sound kind of similar.
No, they're completely different.
But I'm saying like the podcast look, like the cover art looks very
That's
similar.
that's actually a good point to bring up. Like that's so bad. That's like really bad on our end.
And they're very sad, but they're very, very different shows.
We should change the colors.
Probably. We should probably name this show something very different, like gardening with Samantha.
No,
you know what I mean?
That's just fucked up.
So then, like, if you find it, you're like, oh.
No, you're expecting to have conversations about daffodils, and then we're just talking about vibrators. That's fucked.
Yes. So
that's rude, and that's not fair. I don't want to do that to anyone. I don't want to do that to Stacy.
But then you
who's
find
thinking she's gonna get some advice
and
about
every
her
episode
daffodils.
it's called like something about flowers, and then
and I'm like, hey, Stacy, have you ever heard of the
Go
rabbit?
fuck yourself.
Go ahead, girl.
Yeah, this is not that. What is this show about?
This shit about.
this shit about.
It's the like a close friends feature on Instagram where like you're selective on who you show stuff to. It's kind of like what the podcast is.
Really quick funny story. I think I offended Priestley yesterday. Can we talk about this really quick?
That's all you.
That's all you, dude. Like, I don't even want to fucking dabble.
I don't know if this is offensive or not. Somebody, and I don't know, it was one of you. Thank you. Somebody sent me. I don't know if this is. I don't really think this is this religious. Is the Buddha religious? Kind of, right? Like the Buddha. Somebody sent me a little Buddha, and some gems, some crystals.
But it really wasn't like meant to be.
No, but the Buddha is like, it's obviously Buddhism.
When you had it in there.
It's Buddhism, right?
Yes,
it's Buddhism,
yes.
right?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that's exactly what this is. I am not Buddhist, but obviously the Buddha is Buddhism. And I have no idea, literally there was no name on it.
It was gifted. He had like a little statue of Buddha, like a gold Buddha statue, and then also some crystals,
right?
Which you're into. Like that's your vibe.
I love it. Like very peaceful. I literally have no idea. So it'd be very nice. It was you. Thank you very much. And you
left it in the
studio. And about 5 o'clock yesterday, I thought about it. And I was like, oh no, I left my little Buddha and my crystals in the studio.
Did you leave it in there on purpose?
No, I just forgot
you
about
wanted
it.
To take it home?
I was just frantically thinking about it. And I was like, oh.
Which, by the way, I wouldn't like, honestly, like when listeners send us stuff, like I usually use it to decorate my studio. So it's not like a weird thing for you to like leave it in there, by the way.
Some of the stuff I do leave here. But this, I just want to take home because I like it.
Yeah.
And I do like, again, this is just kind of, you know what I mean? Like, again, this is a Buddha.
I didn't look at it that way, but now that you bring it up, like, if that's something that we should have in like our communal space,
right?
Yeah,
like it's like a religious symbol.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I just thought about it. I thought it would be kind of funny if you just came, because this is again like a shared studio space, and if you just walked in and all of a sudden like the guy you share your space with has got this like damn shrine set up in there.
Yeah.
And so in my head, that was kind of funny, right? And so I text Priestley, who we share the studio with, and I was like, hey, oh my God, so funny. I left my little Buddha and my crystals accidentally at work today. LOL. And he didn't respond back. And I was like, is that offensive?
Like he was offended?
I don't know. Like
Maybe I mean, it was during his show, correct?
Right.
He could have been busy
He
and he
could have
literally
been.
just forgot to
But,
text
like,
you back, and it's like no beef
I
or
know,
nothing,
but
anything, no shade.
Don't you hate though when people don't text you back
And
on
you don't know?
things? Well, on things like that, you know what I mean? Like, could obviously been like way harmless, not a big deal. Like sometimes he doesn't text you back over stuff, and like it's not a big deal. But like with things like this, I'm like, was it like, did he see this and he's like offended? Because let's be honest, like, because he's Jewish, and and by the way, I don't think he's offended. But like, let's just imagine you walk
But you also
in.
don't know like any of his practices or anything like
Know
that.
nothing.
Yeah.
Know nothing about his like religious backgrounds at all, other than he's Jewish. He talks openly about it. But like, just imagine like you walked into work and like you share a co-working space with somebody, and they've got like a whole religious setup in like your shared workspace.
Yeah.
You might feel kind of just like,
well, yeah.
you know what I mean?
Mhm.
If it's like not a religion that you like
that's something that you definitely shouldn't like put in like a space you're sharing with everyone.
yeah. And so now I feel kind of awkward.
No, I think he just didn't text you back.
Really awkward being like, I'm not trying to like,
Why don't you ask him?
should I text him?
No, but if you want to, sure.
Should I text him and be like, hey, I'm not trying to push Buddhism on you?
No,
You know
I
what
think
mean?
you should. No, actually, just don't. I really don't think you should push the issue at all. Actually,
Should I call Tom and ask
no,
him if
that's
Priestley
you
felt like I
definitely
was,
shouldn't do that either. I don't know why you want to do this.
just so that we're clear, I'm never trying to push Buddhism on anyone here.
You know
Stone,
what?
I think Stone thinks I was trying to push it on him
A little
yesterday.
bit. A little bit.
Were you
but,
upset? Actually, Stone's upset.
Like I
He
went
told
to
me.
Tom, but we're good.
But
He
you know
filed
what
a
I mean?
complaint with HR. He
You
told.
may have, I mean, now in today's day and age, like all jokes
No,
aside,
it's true.
No,
No, 100%,
like,
absolutely.
someone
Like
could very
you-
well be offended that I
no,
did
yeah,
this.
you very much should have like taken that with you, or it's like if you do want that out, like have it out when you're here and then take it.
and
Yes,
take
yes,
it with
yes,
me. So
absolutely. But
I,
you know,
public apology if
but obviously there was no intention.
my crystals offended anybody. I'm very sorry about that. I want to catch up from last week's podcast. And by the way, hi to YouTube. I didn't check in yet. Hi, good morning, everyone. Hi, so good to see everybody. We've got Tina's here and Celia's here and Isabel. Hi, good morning. Marcy, hi, and Erica. Hi, good morning. We do the show live on YouTube as well. 10 o'clock Eastern-ish on Wednesdays-ish. Could be Tuesdays, could be Thursday. I didn't think we were going to do it today. Jess came in kind of sick. I've got a little something. The whole building is sick. And so
No, something is happening. Like
there's-
we're about to start dropping like flies,
I'm
honestly.
not sure who's going to go down first, but so I didn't know it was going to happen today, but we are here.
Yeah.
At the end of last week's podcast, I told you there was a TikTok that I was watching about, is your man in his feminine era? And I watched it and I got offended. And I was like, I just feel like y'all go too hard on us. Like, can't we just live our lives and like just have some freedoms and like just enjoy our lives without being damn criticized by everything we do nowadays? Like, women go too damn hard on us. And like, I just feel like, and y'all know me, feminist, Buddhist, everything is like, I love it. I love everything. But
Literally likes nothing.
Literally wanted us to stop talking about baseball.
Literally like shut it
not
down.
a sports fan, not a sports fan.
Okay.
But love women, love Buddhists, love Jewish people, love everybody. I love everybody except for sports fans.
Mhm.
But I do just feel like sometimes being men.
Please tell me how hard it is to be a man.
No, it's not hard to be a man, but I feel like
I said that sarcastically.
I know.
Go on.
I don't even know how to describe this, but like
You were like, yo, what the heck? Like, if I want to take a pic, like, let me like fucking be a girly pop and take a pic.
Yeah, if I want,
No,
if I
100%.
want to do something effeminate or even masculine,
Like,
if
I
want to
mean,
do
like,
anything,
why is it separated in general? Like, period. I think that's, if anything, it's like, I think that's the most annoying part. Like, people should just be able to be like, do whatever the fuck.
I feel like men's behavior, and it should be criticized. It should be scrutinized right now because men have misbehaved. You know, like when your kids act up and they're like on restriction and you have to like really be on their ass for a while. I feel like that's how we are right now. But damn, like
trying to like reprogram a bit.
like I'm having like, and I know I'm having to like pay for the sins of my fellow man right now. And that's okay But sometimes like I just want to like fucking nah.
Mhm.
So I
So
found
what's this TikTok about?
there's a woman, let me get her name because I want to give her credit where it's due. Her name is Simona.
Mm-hmm.
And this TikTok is called The Boys Are Canceled.
Aw.
Okay. And she is basically trying to argue. Am I recording this podcast? I'm not even recording this. I'll have to download it. She's trying to argue that boys are in their feminine era.
Yeah, and like, so
And
what?
there's 7 things they should not be doing that they're doing right now. I'd like to be able to go through these and argue them really quick. Okay.
Okay.
Let's go through. Here's Simona.
This is going to be a hard TikTok to watch because there's a 9 out of 10 chance that the man I describe in this video is the man you're dating. Okay. How to know if a man is in his feminine era? It is literally a disease. It is literally a disease. And they're everywhere. Okay. Starting off strong with he wants you to text him first. What the fuck is that? Literally, what the fuck is that? What do you mean you were waiting for me to text you first? Why the fuck would I ever text you first? Why the fuck would I do that? Immediately not happening. No, thank you.
Okay.
I couldn't hear the first part.
You couldn't hear
I
it?
only heard the texting part at the end.
That was
'cause
she was just
something's
setting
going
up
on.
feminine era. Basically, she's setting this is how you know your man's in his feminine era.
Okay, so wait, what are the things you guys can do?
wanted-
I didn't hear it.
She wanted basically first one is she wants men want you to text them first.
Mm-hmm. And she's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, I'll be honest.
Anything else?
Well, we're gonna go through them.
Oh,
There's
got it,
7.
got it, got it.
This,
Okay,
this is
okay.
broken
This
up.
is number one.
This is number one.
Got
is,
it.
Is men are expecting women to text them first.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be honest. I don't mind texting first. Do I think that women still wait around for us to text first? I do. And I'm okay with that. When it came to you, well, you and Rachel met
on Hinge.
So
the girl picks the guy, right?
No, that's
Bumble.
Who that's not even true anymore.
Who messaged you? Oh, who messaged you first?
Well, she like you like have to like someone.
Yeah.
She liked me first and sent a message with it. So technically it was her.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that story? Who do you think should message who first? Just in general, do you think there is
I don't think there has to be an in general. I think if you're really into me and you want to text me first, great. If I want to text you first, great. I'll admit this though. If I'm texting you first every time, I feel like
unbalanced.
Like unpursued. Not pursued enough.
I kind of feel like dating apps has changed that dialogue because kind of like you said, like Rachel reached out to you first. But when you mean like we're talking about the very first text, because I agree with your point, right? Like when you guys start talking, I feel like it should be like a 50-50 thing, but we're talking about like the very first text. We think like the guy still thinks he should reach out.
Let's just say, for example, let's just say we met at the Whole Foods.
Well,
okay?
but if you asked for my number, I'm obviously going to be waiting for you to text me.
Right. But let's say we exchanged. Let's say we exchanged numbers.
Okay. Would I text you first?
Text. Yeah. Would you wait for me?
Well,
yeah, that's a yes.
Well, no,
that's a hard
no. Actually, no. The reason why I'm pausing is because my situation with Garage Boy was different. He asked for my number and I wouldn't give it to him. I wanted his number so I could be the one to reach out to him first because I did not want to have to be waiting to hear from him. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
So that's what I did. Like I wanted that.
Why did you do that though?
Because
power trip.
No, not so much power. Like I think at that point in my life, after like all the shit that I had gone through, my mindset was like, if I want to talk to somebody, I'm going to talk to them and I'm not going to wait if he feels like fucking texting me. So I will know I'm going to hit you up. And if you don't respond to me, then I can fucking wipe my hands of it instead of being like, fucking waiting, sitting on my fucking hands and knees, like wondering, like, is he going to hit me up? So I was like, fuck that. And he was mad. He was like, why won't you? Literally, it was him and I had kind of like got into it in my parents' kitchen. This is the first night I met this man.
Yeah.
He's like, why won't you give me your number? Literally verbatim. Why won't you give it to me? And I said, I don't want to give it to you. You can give me your number. And he's like, it's the same thing. And I said, no, it's not. No, it's not. And I was like, you can give me your phone number and I will contact you,
Yeah.
but I'm not giving you my
Wow.
information.
Yeah.
And he's like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
So
While he's sitting in your house.
Yeah. He's
Literally.
like, what the fuck? But I was like, no.
I'd have called the cops at that point. This woman is crazy.
But I wouldn't. And he's like, what? And it was like a couple minutes where he's like, why won't you just give me your number?
funny.
And I didn't want to.
That's crazy. You guys have been through so much.
Yeah.
It's crazy y'all made it this far.
Mm-hmm.
Do we feel like the man should always text the woman first?
No.
I mean, I obviously don't feel that way.
Yeah. I see what Stoney mean. I think that a woman always wants to feel pursued. I
Yeah.
get that. But I also feel like in today's day and age, if I'm always the one texting you, I'm going to assume you're not interested.
Exactly.
I'm going to feel like I'm like, what are we doing here?
Mhm.
Like, I feel like I'm chasing you and you're not interested at all. Even if I text you and you text back and we text, like we have a nice back and forth. If I'm always the one hitting you up and you're never the one hitting me up,
Mhm.
it's a no-go.
Yeah,
for me.
once the dialogue starts, I think it should be both people.
For
I
sure.
also was the first person who like I had a video call him because he had a fucking Android. I couldn't FaceTime him.
Ugh.
But I was the first person that initiated that too, because again, like I was just like, fucking why? Like, I need to see you. I need to see you like you're a real ass human. Like, we need to be on fucking screen time. Like, I'm not waiting. Let's either we're like talking or we're not. Like, you know what I mean? And the first time I called him,
red flags, by the
dude,
way, at the beginning.
the first time I called
Like,
him,
what
he
a-
was
what-
so like taken back because I didn't give him any warning. I was like at
Oh,
work.
the worst.
I was like recording a
That's
show, and I'm like, "Hey, what are you doing?" He's like, "Nothing." And I'm like, "All right, cool. I'm gonna FaceTime you. Like,
Ugh.
we can." And we use like some Google fucking app so I can
You
FaceTime
had
him.
to, right?
And I was like, "I'm gonna FaceTime you." And he's like, "Right now?" And I was like,
you know
"Yeah."
that's psycho behavior, right?
I was like, "Right now."
In hindsight.
But honestly, though, but like the conversations, like the trajectory of the relationship changed so much because like FaceTime calls and those kind of things are so different in connecting versus like fucking texting.
No, it's true.
Hey, how's your day? Cool.
know.
What are you doing?
It's true.
Fuck that.
You
Like,
waste so much time, like
No.
especially, and I won't do it again, but God, there's so like when I was on dating apps and like you spend so much, I'm so good at dating apps. I'm so good at dating apps. Like if I can get in there and bullshit with somebody, but then you meet with somebody and like there's zero chemistry.
That's
and you're like,
why, dude. That's why I
what
had
a waste
to.
of time.
We also weren't even in the same place. So I also was coming from a standpoint of like, why would we waste time in like attempting to do the long distance thing if we really weren't vibing?
Because it was like you guys were, yeah. What's the point of like wasting all that if you're going to be so far
Yeah,
away?
he's all nervous like this.
I bet.
I'm like, what's
I
up?
can't even imagine. You know what's so funny is like I wish I could see Garage in those early days because I've never seen. I just don't know what he's like pursuing you. You know what I mean? Because he's so shy. Like I can't even imagine him like coming after you and being like,
He's not shy.
"Hey, girl," you know what I mean?
He is hey girl.
That's funny to me because I just can't imagine that side of him.
Yeah, he's suave.
I-
He's like confident. He's like in our relationship, he has made me more confident because of how confident he is. Truly.
And I don't see that side of him. You know what I mean? Like whenever it's like the three of us or whatever it's in the group, he's like the stone of the group because you and I are so like,
Yeah,
and he
and
becomes
he's
like the stone.
He's like this.
Right. Take the picture, go home.
Because he's just like observing, really.
Erica says on YouTube, says, I like Jess's point. Boys will wait forever to reach out and it's ignoring, which is probably annoying. I don't wait forever. Nobody talks to me anymore though, so I don't know. All right, let's keep moving on. Our boys in their feminine era.
Next, he's posting on his stories. Why is he doing that? Why is he doing that? Does he not have a job? No, he's got a lot of free time on his hands. He needs to get a hobby or take you shopping. Pick one. Pick one quickly. The reason is like, what are you doing on social media? Do you know what I mean? Like, okay, yeah, sure, you could have it, whatever. But why are you posting IGs like a baddie? Like, why is your feed more curated than mine? Why are you posting more than me? These are all very red flags, okay?
You know, I've heard this sentiment.
I'm like, I see where she's coming from on this.
I've heard this sentiment a lot on about the whole curated social media thing.
Yeah, because you're like, oh, so you're a manipulator. Got it.
What?
I know,
Like,
it's crazy.
I've heard
Miss
this.
Queen of social media.
Yeah, which is
No.
really funny.
Listen. No, I'm not saying it's correct. I'm just acknowledging the view that people could have about it.
I've seen no less than 5 TikToks in the last 6 months about women going off about like if your man has a curated social media, like he's that's not the one for you. If he's spending all this time creating a social media page, he is so wrapped up in himself that like don't even spend time. Don't even spend time. And now, by the way, these is all coming from social media creators,
Influencers,
which like I find
interesting,
to be
ironic,
kind of funny. But you know what's really odd to me too is like there's no way in hell I could date a social media person anymore. Like I couldn't do it. So I understand the.
It's funny because I would agree with that. I also probably post more than Rachel, and I post
You don't.
very few.
Yeah.
Rachel has like 2 posts on her Instagram.
Yeah.
I have like 3, not like more, but like a little bit more.
Is it, Jess, explain, is it a turn off if a guy has like a curated social media? Is that a turn off, you think?
I think it's hard for us to answer that question because it's what we do.
Right.
So I think my answer would be different from someone who like has no interest in that world. I think for me it's kind of like it's fun, so I wouldn't have any issue with it. I think like Garage Boy does some stuff with me, but if he was like all into it, I'd be making him do so much shit. I think.
But what if you met him
with it.
and like he just had like this big following, but he was just
what it is,
Gerald.
No, you know what it is. I think it's like with the dude, and it's not fair, but like with the dudes, you're just kind of like social media is such a scary place, so it's just kind of like, okay, so how many people are in your DMs?
That's kind of how I feel. To me,
so
it's like
it is hard.
It's like more of like how much.
And you're interacting with people all the time.
How much attention to me in this phase of my life? It's like, how much attention do you need? And like, because I feel my life getting smaller and smaller and smaller, not bigger and bigger. And so if you're someone that like needs a ton of attention, like my life's not heading in that direction.
But it's hard though, because like for me, social media is like an outlet of creativity. It's like the kind of place where I get to be weird that I don't get to be weird with like people that are actually in my life.
Right.
So I love it for that space. Like honestly, it's just kind of the only place I really have that outlet, but
right.
I hear what you're saying. But then for me, like if Gerald was like, I'm not comfortable with you like doing or like the weird shit that I do, if he was like, that's super weird, that's kind of whack, like that would suck, because I love having that my own world in that way. It's like an escape for me.
But you and I are like, I used to love, like me and my ex-wife used to like love to do social media stuff, and like I liked that back then. It's just different eras of my life, you know what I mean? I used to love social media. I used to love having that audience and doing all that stuff. I just don't anymore. And so I think it's just about different chapters of your life and like where you're at and stuff like that,
and what your partner's comfortable with too. Because like, what if Gerald was, people are talking to me all the time. Granted, like I've gotten some inappropriate stuff too, and I just fucking block them because like people are fucking creepy.
Right.
But like, what if he was like, why are you talking to strangers all day? Like that makes me feel uncomfortable.
Well, what'd you do?
And
to be honest with
truly,
you, any day that could change.
No, exactly. I know.
Like tomorrow he could wake up and just be a different, because he will. People evolve. You're going to watch different versions of him the rest of his life.
Yeah.
He can wake up tomorrow and be like, I don't like that social media shit anymore.
I go back to the again, obviously people change, but I do go back to one of the first serious conversations that we had together when we started dating seriously, and me just kind of explaining who I am, what's important to me, the kind of person that I like to be versus like career wise, and how involved I like to be, and how important that connection is to me.
Yeah.
And I think that we'll never have to go down that route, because he knows who I am at my core, and like how important that connection is to me with people, versus like I'm not just fucking like, the conversations are literally like, Jess, I saw this like this cat picture, it made me think of you, and I'm like, oh, you know what I mean? Like those are my conversations. Nothing, the kind of people that I have allowed it as my people in my community, like those are the conversations we're having. Like nothing has ever been gross. And like, remember the one time and we weren't even dating, but like, remember that guy who was married and like tried to take me out on a date, like that shit. Like if you know me, immediately I fucking screenshotted that shit and sent that to his wife immediately, so it's like, I don't fuck with that shit.
Erica on YouTube says, ha 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 ha. She says, I know 2 guys who do this, and they both love attention. They always post parts of different girls. Like you can tell they are grabbing drinks with girls because they post both their hands.
Oh, like kind of teasing things.
I used to do that when I first started dating, but I love that attention too. I used to love
like, what are you doing?
Who are you with? kind of attention. That's such like a gimmick of like even getting more
Mm.
attention of.
Can it also be like a soft launch though?
Yeah,
It
I
could
think
be
people
if you
can do
want
that.
to.
it's
Yeah.
both. I think it's
Yeah.
used as a
Mhm.
soft launch, and then it's
Yeah.
also used. It's like,
They
I'm
never
outside.
date these girls because they're creepy and they want to get friend zoned, but they purposely post different girls because they
And
they
never show their
post
faces.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. The curated social media thing for me now, when I first started dating, I loved it. And this works both ways. I could see how a woman could be turned off by that. I think that goes both ways. I think it just depends on who you are. For some people, if you like to create content, you might find it to be a turn on. But I could totally see for a lot, especially as we're kind of shifting. I think the view on social media in general is starting to shift.
Yeah.
I could see how that could be a turn off, especially for a guy. I do think that like the view of a woman social media influencer and a male social media influencer does have a different connotation. So I get it. Okay. Number 3 of 7.
He shares his location on his story. Literally, are you a bitch? Literally, are you a bitch? Why the fuck are you? Who needs to know where you're at? Literally, who needs? Share your location with me. And that's it. I'm the only person that needs to know where the fuck you're at. Nobody else
God.
should know. Okay. What do you want?
That's
Bitches to come
hilarious.
through? The fuck?
Dude, I have to pee so bad. I may like literally
pee.
have to leave.
Go pee.
Okay.
Sharing your location.
Sharing the location.
Is that how do we feel about sharing? And you guys had a feeling as Justice left.
Yeah.
Sharing the location. Is that weird if a guy shares his location? I'm trying to think through this on both sides.
I mean,
I share my location all the time. Now, I won't share it while I'm there. I'll always share it after I leave.
that's if I'm posting a picture, I'll put like Fort McHenry.
Yeah.
Raven Stadium, whatever.
Right. Is that weird if a guy shares his location while he's there?
That kind of is weird.
Is that weird to you? Go ahead. Here
Well,
goes.
I'm not a big social media person.
You're
So
not?
I'm just gonna preface it by saying that.
Yes.
Obviously, 2 posts or whatever. But
To post.
and they're all with my girlfriend.
I want Stoney to become the next social media influencer. Just Stoney, I'm telling you, life's weird, man. You never know. You never know. Like
You
something
never
could
know.
like pop off and somebody,
Yeah.
dude, I guarantee you, if somebody called you today and offered you like $25,000 to like do a post, like I guarantee you'd be out there TikTok dancing, fucking, meh,
Yeah.
buy this new pasta sauce, yes,
Mhm.
like you has to
Totally.
be out
Totally.
there.
But like I say, all that to say, I'm not a big social media person, so I don't get it. I wouldn't understand that. What's the point? Like, what is what's the point?
I'm trying to think through the female point of view. Is that weird if a guy shares his location on? So let's just think he posts a picture, then he tags it like, here I am at, Ruth's Chris.
Mhm.
I don't think so. I think honestly what we're seeing, and especially as I know the whole list. So I think what we're seeing with this list is there's a smidge of insecurity with all of these.
Mhm.
I think if you're a
Mhm.
secure person, none of these are going to bother you.
Mhm.
Jess, if he shares his location, on social media, is it weird?
Like where he's at, like
Yeah.
on your story, and you like just tag like
Yeah.
Camden Yards.
Yeah.
No, what the fuck? What is wrong with that?
He shares his location on his story. Literally, are you a bitch? Literally, are you a bitch? Why the fuck are you? Who needs to know where you're at? Literally, who needs? Share your location with me. And that's it. I'm the only person that needs to know where the fuck you're at. Nobody else should know. Okay. What do you want? Bitches to come through? The fuck?
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Okay. I think that one's probably okay. All right, number 4.
He's taking selfies. He's like, why are you doing that? Like literally you held up the phone and took a selfie. What the fuck is wrong with you? No, that's not for you. That's for girls only.
Is guys taking selfies weird? Guys taking selfies, is it weird?
I think it all depends.
So do I. I think it's
It all
situational.
depends.
Yeah.
If
I'm
like,
like,
if Rachel's
okay,
like,
get-
hey, send me a picture and I take a selfie, that's obviously not that weird.
So wait, okay.
Sometimes they're a little cringe. I think it depends what you're doing, to be honest.
Well, let's walk through the scenarios. Guys taking selfies of themselves only. Cringe.
For themselves, yes.
Like, and also like depending where you're at, like I don't know.
I think it's cringe when women take it too. But
Wow.
Yes, men,
Okay,
sure.
Stoney. Let's talk through all these scenarios. Okay.
But also too, I think what
Selfies, let's be honest. Are selfies are they
They're
kind of
done.
cringe?
They're dead.
no, because sometimes they're cute. I think it's just also,
when
and
are
sometimes
they cute? Tell me when
sometimes they're
cute.
kind of like dad jokey too. So sometimes like when I see like dudes post selfies and it's like not the best, I think it's cute. Like, you know what I mean?
Give me an example of when, male or female, when do you feel like selfies are cute? Like when you're with your friends?
Like when you're excited. Okay, like for example, like my dad will post selfies and I think it's the cutest thing. And he's like, me at the golf course, you know?
Okay.
It's genuinely like,
Yes.
this
When
is
the dad does it.
that's
it
what
is
I
cute.
mean.
When
Like,
the dad.
like
All right,
me
all right.
at
But
on
I'm
a
saying,
fucking boat. You know?
we as our age people, like
When it's
take me being serious.
when it's like, I guess like thirst trappy, I
Mhm.
think it goes back to like where you are in your life, because obviously you're posting that for a specific reason,
Right.
and that kind of stuff I think sometimes comes across a little weird. But like honestly, selfies don't bother me. They don't, because I love them.
Male, female, anything doesn't bother you.
No, I think sometimes they can be a little cringy, but I don't see a problem with it. Like, take a picture, who cares?
I'm trying to think. I think if you're with your group of friends, I think it's okay, male or female. I think if it's all guys, it seems kind of weird. I don't know why. Again, I don't know why that's weird to me, but it's like, all right, bros, come on, let's get a selfie, bro. Like, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why that feels different than me than like a bunch of girls.
I think that stuff is cute, but I think that's my vibe. I think it's like fun taking pictures
A
with friends.
bro by himself.
You used to post selfies a lot.
I
So you're
know.
calling yourself cringe? And I'm not even talking about back in the day. I'm talking about like in the last, like, you know.
Yeah. I'm thinking through it.
Yeah. So what's the difference between like you in a bath versus a bro at a baseball game?
I know. I'm thinking through it. I don't know.
There's not.
I'm thinking through it.
If anything, you're in a more revealing place.
Yeah.
Than the guy who's showing his protein shake.
But I think with mine, it was always kind of like for like comedic, like there's like a haha, I'm putting on like a show. Like if I'm just like, hey, I'm out at like, here I am at the, get my oil changed, oil, like
I think I like it because it's so like, it takes me back to like Tumblr and shit. You know what I mean? You're just like, like I think I'll always love that.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think selfies might be dying in my heart. I don't know. That one hit me weird. All right, number 5. Here we go.
This one's gonna ruffle some feathers, but it's the fucking truth. He makes you go 50-50. Like literally, he said like 50. I'm sorry, what? No. That's something I don't do. My wallet's at home. You're a man. Be a man. Be a man. Okay.
Okay.
Genuinely confused on that one. I'm always flabbergasted. I'm like, I'm sorry, you did what? I'm sorry, you did what? I hate when I have to serve a table and I go to the table and I know it's a date and I see 2 cards out. I'm like, I'm not going to this fucking table. I'm not fucking doing it. I'm not fucking doing it. I want to just pull the girls to the side. I'm like, bathroom, you and me right now, one-on-one. What the fuck is going on? Can I break your debit card? Why are you going 50-50 with a man? Immediately not happening. He pays and that's it. Basta. End of story. They all want to be the fucking princess these days. Like, get fucked.
She's hilarious. She's so funny.
Y'all know my feelings on this. I'm only 50-50 from here on out. Like I'll pay for the first date, maybe the second, but that's it. I'm done paying for women. It is time for equal rights. I'm here for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we are in the time of equality, ladies, and it is time for everybody to chip in.
I've always been that way too. I'm like, Garage Boy like took care of like the first couple of dates, but like even after that, I was like, we need like neither one of us are in the position to be paying for the other like solo dolo, so like we should be splitting 50-50.
Why? Tell me this, as a woman, how do you think that worked for so long, where men were supposed to treat women for so long, date wise? Why do you think that lived on for so long. But by the way, Stoney, how do you guys financially?
It depends. I mean, sometimes I pay for the meal, sometimes she does.
What do you?
Yeah.
What do you
It's
think
just
the
like-
Yeah,
split
we go
is?
back and forth, honestly,
the
like that
split?
too.
I don't know. I mean, it's very close to 50-50.
You
I'd say.
feel like it's pretty
Yes.
50-50. And what about you guys? Do you think it's pretty 50-50?
I do.
Yeah.
Whether we're like literally splitting it half and half, or like I'll take care of us sometimes and he takes care of us sometimes. Like overall, I think it's like very much 50-50.
How long though do you feel like you were treating?
It was maybe like a first 3 or 4 dates. And
Okay,
then we like split.
In garage?
Probably, yeah.
Why is that even the expectation?
But
you think?
I was like, yo, we need to split this. Like, you know?
Why is that? Do you think that even the expectation though? I'm asking the question. Why do we even feel like first date 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever?
Mhm.
Why is that even the expectation? The man is still supposed to treat. Why? And I'm just asking. I'm not saying I'm not going to do it because I know that's the expectation. And
Because
honestly, I don't even
typically
mind.
typically the man is the one that's asking you out on the date, and I think that makes sense, to be honest.
Because the man has to text first, right?
Well, he asked to be on the date, you know.
Yeah.
So like,
Damn. I'm proud of y'all though. I'm proud of y'all's generation because my generation, man, like it was like the man had to pay for every fucking date for like ever
mhm.
and ever and ever and ever. That was like the expectation. Like
I think a lot of us are like, bro, how? Like how?
that's true. And
Like
financially, things have
truly,
changed.
seriously, how? Because I can barely afford to take care of myself.
Yeah.
You know, like it's just
Yeah.
not. I think it's, and you're young doing that too. It's a lot. Like there's no fucking way.
Okay, so Felicia brings it up. I mean, it is kind of like
Yep.
it's true.
Yep.
It's kind of like a generational trauma thing here. If you think about it, Felicia says because for much longer we didn't have access to bank accounts and money of our own.
Couldn't even buy a house in your name.
It's true. It is true. So like we are kind of coming every generation.
Conditioned
We're
to
kind
that
of coming
lifestyle.
off of, well, women didn't have fucking money because we had to stay home all day. And that's true.
Or weren't allowed to have their own money.
Right. So that's true. Like with my generation, it was like, well, what the fuck are you paying for? And like, well, shit. I mean, my mom worked, but like, I doubt her mom worked. You know, I don't think she did work.
Mhm.
My grandma, my dad's mom did work, but I don't think her whole life. You know, so okay, point made. Number 6. Here we go.
He's letting you or making you travel to him.
Yeah.
Why the fuck am I coming to you?
Come on.
Immediate. That's never happening. A guy tried that with me recently. I was in New York for my birthday. For my birthday, I was there. Me. And he was like, come to Midtown. I said, immediately not happening, especially because it's my birthday. Even if it wasn't, I would have fucking come to you. What do you mean come to you? I'm not coming to you. I'm in Soho. You come to me, period. The fuck? What do I look like? And he's like, LOL, immediately blocked. Get fucked.
I need to say get fucked more.
I know.
That's so
good.
lit.
That's good.
I love that. Immediately get fucked.
Y'all know my feelings. I'm like 97-3 split.
97-3.
Yeah, 97-3. I'll come to y'all 3% of the time. And that's just that is my I like straight up. Here's my agreement.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not coming to your house. I'm not coming to your house. And if that doesn't work for you, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with that. Just how do you feel like that sits? Like if
I hate it. I
if-
think that's ridiculous.
if I come up to you on the first date and I'm
and you're like, hey, by the way, like you always have to come to me.
always
like,
got to come to my house.
like you just fuck.
But here's the deal.
To me, I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like a serious booty call whenever the fuck you
Yeah,
want? You're
yeah,
wild.
yeah, yeah. But
you're
here's the thing.
wild.
When you come over, it's always going to be clean. It's always going to be nice. Like I'll take care of you once you get here. Like,
no,
always going to be food on the table. Like always going to be nice.
Crystals.
we got my Buddha statue.
Buddha. Don't be offended by the Buddha.
You got to believe in the Buddha. But
and we're all talking about too, like same living situations. We're gonna keep roommates out of it, all that kind of stuff. Because obviously,
right.
But even if there was, like, fuck that.
No, you're coming. You're coming.
Even when I did have, like, no,
You're coming to my place.
no, that has to be like equal because that's so fucking annoying.
I'm just not. I'm not doing it. All right, last one.
Oh, wait, I forgot one. He makes you take his Instagram videos and photos. Like you're the photographer. Oh my God. I'm breaking out in hives. I need to stop.
Is it weird? Is it weird if you have to take your male
No.
partner's solo pic? Actually, that just happened.
Maybe ask Stone. I
In my
think that's
princess era.
yeah. Ask Stone because I think like I love doing that. Whether it's for my man or for a stranger.
Yeah.
Like you know, if
Yeah.
you ask me to do that, you're getting a full photo shoot from
That
me.
just happened yesterday. Stoney just posted very pretty pictures of himself. So Rachel, did she feel weird posting those pictures of you or taking those pictures of you?
I don't think so. We were
Yeah.
just chilling at the fort, and I was like, "Hey, can you take a?"
You asked her.
I did.
Can we call
It
her?
was- it was a-
Can we call her now?
We call her a lot.
I know.
I don't want to bug her.
It's your anniversary though. Tomorrow.
Tomorrow is.
She hates it.
She probably does. It's been the worst year of her life.
All right.
No, but I think
Is it? Do you, Jess? Do you
think
think
it's
most?
weird.
Hey, really quick.
Wait, where did you post it?
I deleted it.
Wait, what?
Why?
No, I just deleted it.
Wait, why?
You have a very weird social media.
It doesn't have to be up there for eternity. It can be up there for an hour.
Wait, are you serious? That was
Yeah,
the
yeah.
point.
I mean,
No.
That's what stories are for, though.
I do my thing a little differently.
Things are different around here.
What the heck?
Stone, why do you do that?
Just do it
Wait,
different.
why did you do that? That's so crazy.
Just do it different.
Did
You've
you look
never
at it?
deleted a Instagram picture?
Not never, but usually if it goes on the feed, I leave it up.
No, for me, it's like that's a decision I
It is-
made, and I have
it
to
is-
live
yeah,
with
yeah,
it.
Even though I hate it, I'm like, damn it.
I'm recycling that feed in and out, in and out.
Wait, really?
Wow.
Did you archive it, or you full on deleted
delete.
it? Oh, damn.
Come
All
on.
right.
Did you go back later and say, well, you know how it's like felt cute. Felt cute might delete later or whatever it is.
Damn.
Yeah.
Stone felt cute and he's like, got back to it later. He's like, nah,
Ah,
I look fat in that picture. I got to get
Done.
rid of that bad boy. Nah, it's not as cute as I thought it was. All right. That just took a lot
very
longer.
informative podcast.
Oh, we talked a lot about feminine era. Thank you.
Yes.
All right. We're back next week, I think. Yeah, we should be. If you're back in town, everything's good. Thank you for being here. Appreciate y'all. You have any questions about Buddhism? Here to answer. I really don't. I studied Buddhism for a while. So if you have any questions, I'm here to answer your questions. Jess, how do we find you?
Just do it. JESSDUT.
Stony.
Stonefelds on socials. They might be deleted. You never know.
I mean, he might be on there or
Stay.
not. I don't know if you can find him. That's so funny.
I'm that guy Kramer. We love y'all. You too. Thanks for being here. Have a great week, everybody. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, everybody. See you.